Hey everyone, New3012 here. Thank you guys for tuning into this October month in review. Yeah, let's call it or month in review or a wrap up. Whichever the fuck I'm gonna end up calling it. I don't know. But so for those that didn't see the last one, it's basically where I talk about what's happened either through the world, my very tiny world on this huge platform, and just the platform in general. So, I'll start with my entire tiny world. And, the biggest piece of news is, I finally hit 11 subs. It's actually relatively faster than I actually generally intended it to be, honestly. And I'm extremely ever grateful for that 11 people decided, hey, this guy's worth listening to. It definitely means a lot. I don't think I'll ever be able to fully express how grateful I am. I can only do my best and continue making videos. Also, I've hit 2,750 views, which is, I'm not gonna lie, I generally enjoy that quite a bit. It's extremely nice to know that, my videos have been viewed 2,000 separate times. So that's definitely a little interesting for me. Uh, Time watched hour-wise. Oh, I want to say it's in like the 20-day event now, which is crazy. Even one day of like total viewership is mind-boggling. But I mean, I'm not gonna fucking complain about it. I am so thankful for that. Also, I did my first stream last week, which would be the last week of October, and that was fun. I definitely enjoyed it. I plan on streaming this weekend. Actually, this video will probably go up on Friday, so tonight, actually. Hopefully, it'll be around. Oh, what time will it be? Maybe 9 or 10 Central Time? Possibly 11 Central Time? I'm not sure. It really just depends when the ye old roommates decide to go get fucked up and leave me alone for 4, 5, 6 hours. And I'd hope to also be able to stream on Saturday because my football team's not playing, so I have fucking as much free time as I want on Sunday. First time in 8 weeks. But again, thank you very much, and I hope you guys will be able to tune in tonight and to watch that, because it's always great. If not, you can go ahead and check the actually, I'll have in the description my Twitch channel, and you can go ahead and follow that if you want to be notified when I do go live. But I will post a video like I did last time of when I am going live, and I'll keep up that video until I am not live any longer. Well, anymore. Any longer? Yeah, anymore. Yeah, I don't even fucking know what I was going with that one. But so with that out of the way, oh, also I forgot to mention, if you do miss a broadcast, you can go ahead and watch it in its full on Twitch. I'm still debating whether I should port it over. I don't think I will, just so it gives actual people a reason to follow my Twitch channel and all that. Because if I got rid of that, then there's really no point in me streaming if I'm just gonna pull it over. So I'll have it over there. I'll keep it independently on that site. But if you do miss the broadcast, you can check it out because I do archive all of my streams. And even if Twitch decides to get rid of it, I'm keeping a log of, I'll probably keep a log of like 10. Just because I have a lot of hard drive space. So I'm not too worried about missing out on that. But next point of my next addressing point, I guess. I don't know what I was trying to say with that. Anyways, Let's talk about YouTube in general as the website is concerned, and how I fit into the tiny cog of what is this great site. And I'm not just kissing YouTube's ass. I do enjoy the site. It's extremely great in bringing people together. And except when people use it for drama. And I am not a fan. I am not a fan of any kind of drama, really. People enjoy it just because people like the conflict of it. I don't see a point in it. Channels that feed off the drama, it's kind of stupid, in my opinion. Kind of a waste of time. Well, I mean, that's not my point. There's a market and they're tapping into it. If anything, it's smart. And, it's not for me. There's not much I can say about it. It's just, I just see it as a waste of time. A petty, school mentality type thing. You know, just fucking bitching all the time. It's kind of like, are you serious? You guys are most likely adults arguing over something that's childish. And there's no, you know, greater purpose of the argument other than, I don't like you. Or just something stupid going on. It's, no point. But again, not to name any names, I do enjoy some commentators that do go into drama, and they have their every right to. You have free speech. It's a public, it's a private company, so they don't actually have to support your free speech, but they do allow most of it. And that's actually something commendable that a private company does that. People usually forget and just say, oh, it's free speech, I can say whatever I want. And technically, no, it's still a private company. So they have every right to say, no, you actually aren't allowed to say this, this, and this. But they don't, so you have to give them some slack on that. People still complain about being demonetized and all that shit. All that shows to me is they're not doing it for the sheer enjoyment anymore. But I could be painting broad strokes, of course I am. But even if I don't even want to say this, but even if I somehow made it into let's say a large YouTuber and I could make a lot of money off of it, I'd still probably get a job, honestly. Because as fun as this is, and it would be the best job ever, I wouldn't really treat this as my sole occupation. Because I like other things to take up my mind. That's just how I am. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't even know if I would monetize off videos or such. I think I would just solely go off donations that people give to me, and have that supplement any income I already have through a real job. Not to say this isn't a real job, it's an entertaining job. Entertainment business type deal. So, I mean, there's a service, and people don't actually have to pay for it. It's amazing. But, again, it doesn't matter to me. I wouldn't be in it for the money. Anyways, I do it for the sheer ability knowing that people are enjoying what I'm giving them. And that would be enough payment for me to do anything, honestly. I mean, sure, I would like some money, because who wouldn't like money, honestly? But I wouldn't let it consume me, to the point where I'd be pissed if one video got demonetized. Or say even half of them got demonetized. I wouldn't care. It wouldn't bother me, because, okay, whatever. I know I still enjoy doing this, and I don't need the money. So I'm not leaving YouTube. Even though all these people threaten it, they're still fucking here. I mean, everyone who threatened, oh, YouTube's dying, last time I checked, it's still here. People have been saying that for years now. That this one thing is the end of all YouTube. It's not, though. It's gonna take a lot longer for the downfall of YouTube. And that's just how it naturally occurs. And, on that very same note, I already talked about drama and all that, but fuck, where was I going with that? Shit the bed. This one I tried to do it in one take. No, but fuck me. With the money and all of that, I have thought about, I would love to make money off this, but I don't care. I would actually feel guilty, because I did bring up, oh, I would just go off donations. I would hate that. I would hate that feeling. I don't know. I would feel so guilty that, you know, someone's giving me money. It's like, do I really deserve this? I mean, sure, I made you happy and all that, but is it really worth this? Is this even worth $1? I mean, I would just, I don't know, it'd feel weird. Feel very weird to me. But I mean, if you really felt like giving me money, you can. I don't know what the fuck I'd do with it. Fucking just give it back to you, I guess. Here, I don't really want this. No, but seriously, don't give me money. I don't want it. I don't even attempt to. No. I would feel terrible. I'm one of those people. Because I'm extremely cheap. So I think of every single thing that this thing could possibly buy. And it just fucking eats me up on the inside. And it's terrible. I get this terrible fucking feeling. So, no, I would honestly hate that. But, again, I do want to stress to the point being, I greatly appreciate just the viewers. Just people viewing my content. I'm not in it for any kind of money. That's why I've never monetized a video. It's why I probably will never monetize a video. Something radical would have to really change via my channel for me to even consider monetizing my videos. The only times you'll see it is if, say, a video game company copyright claims my videos and then is an asshole about it. Which, it's very possible. I mean, Atlas was being a dick about it. They never followed up on that bogus copyright ID claim. Never responded to any of it. It's just complete bullshit. And I'm pissed about that. I wish it was more human intervention. I think that's one thing that the site really lacks. And I will yield on that. That's something that, if something's going to ruin the channel, the site, it's going to be that. It's going to be this third-party non-intervention by YouTube. YouTube needs to be the mediator in these events. Just like the court system's the mediator in any other copyright claim, YouTube needs to be. They don't need to pander to these larger companies and just roll over and accept it. They need to view it. I don't care. They have plenty of money to hire people to review each and one of these cases. I don't want to hear that they can't. They possibly can't. It's bullshit. That's one criticism that I really have about it. But, again, not in for the money. No ads ever on my video. That's why you will never see ads ever anywhere. All the ads you see on YouTube, your favorite creator has put them there. Including the non-skippable ads, which, that's stupid. God, I hate those. Nothing makes me want to click off a video more than non-skippable ads. Especially like the 30-second ones. Oh, fuck you. That's just too fucking long. But, that's about all of YouTube news, really, that's been going on. There's various stories. I don't feel like bringing it up because fuck drama. Really, I'm down with whatever anyone feels like putting up a video on. I could care less. Just don't do it on anything that's terrible to human beings. And then I'm fine. I mean, anything that basically doesn't say you're a complete degenerate of a human being, then you're fine. As long as you prove to me that you're worthy of being called a human, you can do whatever the fuck you want video-wise. I don't give a fuck. But again, it's a private place, so YouTube can decide whatever they want. If they decided to outlaw the use of the letter A, we'd have to accept that. And that's just something that we can't change. Which is perfectly within their legal rights to do. They can. It'd be stupid, but they still can. That's the main problem people have, that they automatically assume it's a public place. I have free speech. Technically not. But, now to the worldly topics. And wow, there's been a lot of world news going on, thank God. Let's start with the most important topic, and probably the best topic that's happened in a really long time, is that the Chicago Cubs have finally won a World Series. Oh my God, it was the best thing to watch. It honestly was probably one of the best and heart-wrenching games I've ever seen, because I felt sick to my stomach while watching it. No baseball game has ever made me feel that way. Of just how back and forth it was, and how fucking amazing each team played. Each team played like they wanted to win. And I think the team that wanted it the most ultimately won out, being the Chicago Cubs after a 108-year drought. And I think they honestly deserve to celebrate as much as they want, cry as much as they want. Fuck, even me. I'm not even that big of a Cubs fan. I mean, I have a lot of family members that are huge Cubs fans. But I'm not, a die-hard Cubs fan. I have other teams I root for that I would be extremely emotional over if they won a World Series. I mean, I know so many people crying and such like that, and they deserve it. It's been 108 years. It's worth it. Let it out. Enjoy the moment. It's special. And nothing can ever take it away. And, God, I watched it. It was amazing. I loved it. Every second of it. Me and one roommate of mine actually sat down and watched the entire thing. And I am so, so glad of how it ended. It was so satisfying. And it was worth every minute of it. I would have loved to be able to go there, and I would have loved if it ended in Wrigley Field. And that brings up my favorite point. I don't think the All-Star Game should determine the playoff startings. I think it should take almost every other sport approach, and person with the best record host the playoffs and host the World Championship game. I just think that way. It just makes so much more sense to me. I know it's like, tradition and stuff like that, but it's not fair. Because people have mainly said whenever a major person's retiring, they go easy on him, the pitching does. Okay, that's not fucking fair to the other team that's actually trying to win. It's not fair. So, I mean, it's stupid. It's whatever, I guess. I would have just rathered it end in Wrigley, because it would have been so amazing to see. That I would have given everything to be able to be there in person to see that, because it would have been so fucking magical and special. Other news being, I still fucking hate PETA. I think they're a terrible organization. What they do is good. How far they take it is too much. I understand what they try to do, but sometimes they take it too far. And recently, oh yeah, this is like the only sad news and bad news I have for the month, is that, they have this fucking new ad up about, animals feel the same rape as humans do. And it's the worst comparison you could make. It's honestly disgusting to even compare regular, just farm animals to females of the human race that have complex emotions, dreams, aspirations to an animal. It's just disgusting. You can make it in such a better argument than using rape. It's like comparing me killing a cow for beef to me killing children. You don't do that. It's terrible. It really pissed me off. And it's disgusting. I don't care if you're vegan or anything. You have to admit, it is appalling that they'd even consider that it's equal. That, you know, fucking insemination of animals is equal to women being raped. It's terrible. Fuck, not even women, just regular people being raped. I mean, guys get raped too. I mean, it's something that people don't like to address, and I think they need to address it more. Because no one wants to say they were raped as a guy. And people usually laugh at them. But it's true, it does happen. And it has to be acknowledged. And that is a terrible, terrible thing that PETA does. I don't understand why they would ever think this would work. Obviously, they're just trying to get attention. And I think it's the worst way to get attention for any cause. Because people say, oh, any publicity is good publicity. No, it's not. It's terrible. And I hate it. It's disgusting. But, anyways, back to regular good, well, borderline good. An election is coming up. I want every single able American to vote. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care if you vote cast your vote for a cow. Vote. Because at that point, that's when you can complain about who's the next president. Because you can say, I didn't vote for that person, thus you can complain. People who don't vote don't have a right to complain who's president. I don't care about anything else. Voting is important. And again, I don't care who you're voting for, just vote. And of course, this is only applying to American people who can vote, but also in your respective countries. If you do have the right to vote, vote. I mean, you have that right, and you should exercise that right. It's extremely important, because at that point you can engage in the political process of debating and arguing your point. And it's a wonderful thing to have a deep conversation about politics. I mean, it really is. I enjoy having nice debates about politics and what my political beliefs are versus someone else's. Though it doesn't mean that I like people who are ignorant about politics. And the biggest issue I have with people in the political process is uneducated people voting. Well, uninformed people voting. I think it's terrible. You need to know the issues and why you are voting for a certain candidate. And that is extremely important. I think every school, high school, should offer a government class because of how complex the government really is. How the voting process really works. Because so many people are uninformed about how a president's actually elected. Because they just assume, oh, popular vote wins it. Well, no, they don't assume that. They think it should. That's how it should run. But no, it shouldn't. Because that's a democracy. We aren't a democracy. Hate to burst the bubbles for anyone who thought America was a democracy. It's not. It is a democratic republic. It's an amalgamation of both a republic and some aspects of democracy. The founding fathers would be appalled at the amount of people who can vote. Because it used to be only white men, educated white men with property that could vote. I couldn't even vote. So, I sure as hell am voting. Because that's what it just means to me. And, it's not how, and even the voting, they'd be voting for people in Congress. And like their senators and such like that, representatives of their area. They couldn't vote for president. No, God, no. You can't have regular people voting for president. That's just not how it worked. So we have an ungodly amount of democracy for a country that was never intended to be a democratic nation. And it's just funny listening to people complain about how, oh, we don't have any democracy anymore. Or, it's rigged. Well, yeah, of course it's rigged. Obviously. Because that's just what kind of system we have. It's easy to rig the system. I mean, I don't know why you'd be surprised. And it's just cute. It's cute when people get all angry about it. And then I just agree with them, and then they get pissed. And say, is that okay with you? I mean, I may or may not like it, but there's nothing you can do about it. Well, if you vote for this third party, it will. No, it won't. The third party will never win in this country. If it stays the same way it has been for however long the parties have existed, which is a while, even though the Founding Fathers never intended for a party, it will always be Democrat versus Republican. Without a doubt. And that's just how it is. And you have to accept that, really. Yeah, I do. It doesn't mean I vote for a Democrat or Republican every time. It just means I vote for who I want to win. And who I believe in. Do I expect them to win? No. Of course not. You'd have to be stupid. Because the votes they may get are minuscule. They wouldn't even carry one state, one county. So, it's funny. But again, it still matters who you vote for. Well, no, it doesn't matter who you vote for. It matters that you vote. I like to phrase it that way. That's what it really matters. It matters that you vote. And that's why so many uninformed people just assume that it's okay not to vote. It still matters. You still want to engage in the political process, then you can also have an intelligent debate without having to say, oh, I just didn't vote because I hate the candidates or whatever. Just because you hate the candidates doesn't mean you can't vote for a third party. It just means your candidate won't win. And not voting because they won't win is a stupid reason. It doesn't matter if they win or not. It proves your point. That's just the whole point. And I guess that's just the different mentality people have. I have a mentality of, you need to do certain stuff. And voting wise, I don't give a fuck. The rights we have right now is perfect. People need to stop complaining about, voter rights and all of that. It's too hard to vote. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Because there's so many other countries that don't get a right to vote. And we are extremely ungrateful for what we have available to us as a nation. And that's something I think everyone can agree on. And I just want to say, no country is the greatest that's ever been. That's just impossible to say. Every country has its ups and downs. Every country has its issues. So, before anyone says I'm un-American, blah, 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 I'm very American, trust me. I do like America, but I'm not blinded when I look at it. I look at it objectively, like everyone should. You should never view one country different than the other in that regard. You need to weigh every country's merits and their, problems, their issues. But people tend to look at certain countries and say, oh, don't count that part. No, you gotta count every flaw they have. You have to count it if you want to have a legitimate discussion of countries and their failings. Because there are plenty of countries that are god-awful that people just tend to gloss over their issues. Or they gloss over their actual good points. And that's just a problem that the media in general have. P.S. I forgot to mention, I hate the fucking media. I'd rather that they were just completely unbiased, just legitimate, straight facts. I don't care how boring it is. I don't want someone's political lean on it. But of course, you can't get that. That doesn't sell. That doesn't get views. I don't care about the views. I care about what actually matters. And what matters to me is completely different than what matters to other people, I guess. And that's just a problem with sensationalism and how the general public reacts to certain issues. People are more likely to care about someone getting hit by a car than, say, someone finally... I don't even know what the fuck to compare it to. Something important that people would actually care about. Finding a link between, like, one disease and a certain food. Like, people would more care about the hit-and-run accident than that disease. Or, a potential cure for some, unknown illness that only affects a couple hundred people. But I'd still want to know about it, because I don't want to get fucked over by that disease in the future, possibly. I mean, that's just how it is. Unless, of course, that disease kills a bunch of people. Then that's news. Kind of like how the whole fucking Malaysia Airlines and how that took up, at least in America, months and months of television. Yes, it was important, very much. But was it months worth of news? No, it wasn't. I'm sorry people died, of course, but we're talking about months of news where they thought nothing else really mattered but this airplane that they didn't have any new leads on. I find that hard to believe, but people tuned into it because they were interested in the issue. There was no issue. It was just terrible management by the airlines. And a terrible, it wasn't a good... I fucking forgot. Well, I'm pretty sure it was the pilot's fault. That really just screwed him up. I'm pretty sure it was the pilot. And that's just how it goes. There's nothing the passengers could do and such like that. It's just... Though I don't really care about this issue anymore, and people really don't either, because of how much time and coverage they spent on it. An ungodly amount of time that was completely unnecessary. And that's what happens. They bleed a subject dry, and then they're like, oh, no one cares anymore. No, it's not that no one cares. It's just that people found a new issue to look at. The attention span of the populace is extremely small, and they feed off that fact. And the way politics works in the news, they play the worst soundbite possible for any one candidate, be it Fox News, CNN, ABC, any of them. It's just how it is. They'll play the worst soundbite for their given audience because they know what their audience wants to hear. And all the sides get it wrong. Every single one. The thing you do is just take some truth out of each place, and then you can slowly piece together what the real story is. That's just how it works. And it's terrible. Because if anything that destroys democracy more is people lying and acting like one group is more informed than the other, or, lying about a story. That's gonna ruin democracy more than a nation that was intended to be a republic slowly goes into a democracy and slowly cuts back on some of those things. Or it's opened up to the public more, knowing that, oh, this isn't a true democracy. It's just how it works. Other in world news, I don't really know of much that's really happened. I mean, I really can't think of anything. At least, right now I can't. I'm sure there's been other big news, but those are the two things that really stand out to me as something that's important relevant. The Cubs just winning it 2 days ago. And it's amazing. I highly encourage anyone whether an Indians fan, not a baseball fan at all, to watch a video about the Cubs celebrating outside of, like, Cubs fans celebrating outside of Wrigley Field. I don't remember the exact name of the video. I might try to link it in the description if I can find it again. But it's legitimately just a camera that's set up on the street overlooking Wrigley Stadium, and all of the people watching it. It is something to behold of how happy the people are. And it moved me. It was something so unique, so special. I don't know many things that can top it. It was such a surreal moment to watch that. Also, watching the final out was great too, because I honestly never assumed the Cubs would ever win a World Series. I really didn't. It's been 108 years. Millions of people have lived and died and never seen it happen. 2 world wars were fought. Vietnam, Korea. It's insane. The sheer 9/11 happened. Fucking Holocaust, Cold War. Millions upon millions, if not a billion people have died before the Cubs won the World Series. And it is unreal of what truly went on in a whole century. And it's amazing. They deserve it. They deserve to celebrate, to cheer, and I'm very thankful for them. But to wrap up, end on a really positive note, not only am I grateful for my YouTube channel, I'm grateful for what the year's given me so far. I'm so thankful that I can make videos that people enjoy and people find, enough to sit through all of it to watch. And it means so much for comments, likes, people subscribing, the whole bunch, the whole 9 yards. It means so much for me to see that. And it's simply amazing. That's another feeling that I can't ever think I'll ever be able to truly describe, is the feeling of knowing that people are enjoying content that I put out and are willing to watch it. And it's something. It's special. And I really like it. And it's amazing, really. And God, I mean, it's really hard for me to describe it. I mean, you almost have to make videos to understand the feeling, I guess. But for those who don't make videos, I just try to equate it to the biggest accomplishment that I've ever done, and adding a couple people to watch and feel the same excitement that I had for when I did said thing. That's probably the best way I can put it. It's just a extremely sense of relief, accomplishment, and it gives me a further drive of keep going, don't stop. I mean, this is only the beginning. I've only been doing this for 3 or 4 months now, which in itself, that sounds like a lot, but I'm a long way from being done. I don't want to ever be done. I want to keep going. I never want the hype train to end. I don't want it to end, because I enjoy it so much. And I'm glad you 11 people, if you all watch this video. I know some people don't watch all my videos, of course, because that's just how people work. Some people don't really give a damn about, the world and geopolitical climate, blah, 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 blah. It's just, it means a lot. And I don't think I'll ever be able to completely express my gratitude towards everyone who does subscribe from now on and into the future. And I mean, that's basically it. It's just an extreme sense of gratitude that you guys have given me. And it gives me a reason to fucking stay in my dorm and make a lot of videos to record. And I enjoy that. I enjoy that reason. I kind of wish my home internet was better so I could do it more. But there's nothing I can do about that. But anyways, I'm gonna start wrapping it up. It's been a while. It's been like fucking like 42 minutes already, I think. Something along those lines. But I just want to say thank you to everyone. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot. I'm very grateful for everyone that does. Even to those who just watch it, I'm still grateful for that, of course. But share it on any social media site, all my videos, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. As long as you don't repost and say it's yours. That's the only thing I wouldn't like. But if you were to share the video around, hey, more eyes on it, I guess. So, thank you for that. Higurashi finishes up today. Well, technically tomorrow, if you count the all-cast review. I'll be starting the next one, hopefully. Tomorrow, hopefully. Depends on, other stuff getting done and how much I stream. Because it's possible my stream takes up a lot of stuff. But, anyways, this video's gone long enough. Thank you guys so very much. And I hope that you stay along for this fucking crazy ride that I plan on staying on, I guess. And thank you. It means a lot. I don't think I'll ever be fully able to explain it. Hopefully one day I will be. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for my live stream and the video that's coming out later tonight. And keep on watching my videos. See you guys next time.